Kingmaker of KDR Consulting is in the house at the Startup Factory, man. Good to have you here today, brother.
Thank you for having me, man.
Man, awesome. So he slid in here, man, real smooth and just kind of sit back chilling. And I looked up, I'm like, man, hold on. This is one of Mr. Allen's favorite entrepreneurs in all of Atlanta, Mr. Ross. And I said, man, look, you're going to be on Feature Friday today. So this is a total unexpected, off the rip interview with my man, the Kingmaker. So let's tell the folks a little bit about your journey and who you are. So tell folks about you and how you got this business as an entrepreneur. Kind of give them a little bit of the backstory.
Well, it's an amazing reality because many of us don't recognize that when the Bible talks about all things working together for your good, you've literally got to count up the good, the bad, the pluses, and the minuses. I am a product of the west side of Atlanta, a place called Bankhead.
Okay.
Grew up in the inner city with at least 4 women in my house at one time from the age of 0 to 9. Mm-hmm. And from that time frame, God kind of crafted my life to be able to see multiple generations of women in the inner city pouring into one little boy to cultivate him into manhood. My mom was 24, working for Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. My grandmother was a bit of a thug. She worked for a pencil factory. Okay. My great-grandmother worked for one of the top physicians in Buckhead at the time, and she was like the help.
Okay.
And my great-aunt was the traditional woman. She had been a widow of a man who shared his dad's name, and she had never paid any bills. And I was the only person that knew she lived in a house with a hole in the roof.
Wow.
And that cultivated everything. And my mom just exposed me, man. And I think that opportunity to be exposed to more than what I was currently in allowed me to start cultivating. From private school and preschool to public elementary school, graduating from Frederick Douglass, playing drums, being a leader. That ended me up with a scholarship at Alabama A&M University. And God kind of designed it to shift the course of my life. Did that and got my degree in marketing. Still didn't have any experience, didn't have any internships. Went from selling cars to thinking I was wanting to be a fashion designer to ending up in corporate America with Wachovia.
Okay.
Started from the bottom as a teller. Was only supposed to move up once every 12 months, and in 15 months I had moved up 7 times.
All right.
From there, started working as an account exec for Wachovia in the West End. A good month was $175,000 in deposits, $150,000 in loans, and I'm just hungry. Mm-hmm. Black young man from the hood.
Trying to make it happen.
6 months we're doing $2.75 million in deposits, $1.5 million in loans.
Wow.
And we're churning it, and I'm thinking the money's coming in, I'm happy. And I started to recognize I was still unfulfilled.
Right.
And started praying about it, and God was pushing me to do what he had purposed me to do, but I was so afraid because that check on the 15th and the 30th was comfortable. And I learned quickly that God is going to do one of 2 things. He's going to allow you to leave it, or it will leave you. The lady had been promised the wrong thing. They navigated her from Baltimore, left her family back in Baltimore, and every weekend she was transported. She lost it. And before a meeting, she picks up a small computer, throws it in my face, and it just missed me. And she told me that you're the golden boy, and I'm gonna get you fired today. 3 months before I'm getting married, both of us are terminated. Now as I look back on it, it was the greatest thing that ever happened because 9 months later, the recession hits. And I started trying to build this business, started it in my office. And from there, God started lining up everything. And from the next 6 or 7 years, the most tumultuous years of my life. Cashed out my 401k, took out a second mortgage on our house, and my wife believed in the vision. And God started identifying the fact that I was called to touch at least 1 billion people before I die and help them obtain their optimum level of purpose, greatness, and success. Wow. And kept churning it. And right before we got ready to be evicted, June 27th, I had been putting my time in. Mr. Allen had been giving me opportunities. I'm speaking it, I'm putting it in place. And I got a phone call 8 minutes after they told me we needed to be out on July 1st.